most teachers and institutions seem to see their role as one of social control rather than social engagement. So many institutions demonstrate this physically. So the learners are arranged in rows, separated from each other, so you can only see the side of the student's face or the back of the student's head. And there's limited eye contact is limited. Everyone's eyes are focused on the teacher, and the opportunities to interact are limited. Signs on the walls give instructions about behavior, rules, regulations. And this isn't a positive learning environment. In order to create a positive learning environment, we need to do the opposite. We need to have learners arranged in groups where there's maximum eye contact, maximum opportunities for interaction with other learners, walls displaying learners' creativity, samples of their work, exposure to language, if it's a language class. So in my principles, I put creating a positive learning environment, a safe dynamic place in which learners can interact freely, as my first priority, and everything else, including the curriculum, content, examinations, is all subservient to the aim of creating a positive learning environment. So the positive learning environment supersedes the content and the curriculum. So this means I can devote time and activities that aim to achieve this. So activities that aim to build trust, to develop empathy, to develop group cohesion, team building activities, awareness activities to raise awareness of yourself and other people. And these the criticism often that I hear about these kind of activities when I demonstrate them to teachers is they cannot do them in their institution because of a lack of time. The curriculum is too heavy. They have a lot of material to cover. Time is limited. The activities aren't in the exam, so they won't help the learners pass the exam. They haven't been trained in these kind of activities, and so on. And these criticisms are all valid if the priority is content, if the priority is covering the curriculum. But the criticisms kind of disappear if the priority is to create a positive learning environment, because all of these activities are doing that. So many teachers and institutions try to limit and control the interaction between learners in order to cover the material, for the teachers to cover the material. Well, I believe they should be doing the opposite. I think they should be increasing opportunities for learner-learner interaction so that real engaged learning can take place. So I think these three principles have profound implications in terms of how we create a positive learning environment. These ideas aren't new. The ideas of a learning-centered pedagogy. Paulo Freire in 1998 talked about the relationship between teachers and learners as one that is complex but key to the learning process and something that needs to be worked on. Carl Rogers equally talks about learners having to take responsibility, learners having to be involved and engaged and autonomous in their learning. What is the reality of being a teacher today? Teaching as a profession is going through a crisis, I think. Many teachers suffer from burnout. The workload is heavy. The job can become stale and routine. Teacher creativity or teacher development is not widely encouraged. 50% of teachers leave the profession in the first 5 years. And in Europe currently there's a huge shortage of teachers. More than 75% of teachers are leaving the profession than joining it each year. Why is this? Well, I think it's because we need to change our priorities. We need to start thinking of learning as in terms of the social and emotional elements.